Yes, that's right. You can pretty much guess what I'm reviewing. Okay, I just got back from seeing Mockingjay, and it's fantastic, you know, but... Now, Mockingjay stars Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, Liam Hemsworth, Woody Harrelson, Elizabeth Banks, Julianne Moore, the late Philip Seymour Hoffman, Jeffrey Wright, Stanley Tucci, and Donald Sutherland, and directed by Francis Lawrence. Now, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 begins basically where Catching Fire left off, where Katniss is still in shock from what happened to District 12 and the fact that PETA is, you know, captured by the Capitol. Jenna Malone's character is captured by the Capitol. I sadly forgot Jenna Malone's character. Her name is right here. And also, Finnick Odair, who's played by Sam Claflin, his love is missing as well. Has been captured by the Capitol, and Katniss is also is traumatized for what she had to go through in these games. I mean, in the beginning of the movie, you see her just going crouching, just like a mental patient, and through most of the movie, much like in the last movie, only more so, she's being I don't know how to put it. She's being more like she's even more turmoil. She's in a mental state. But the characters grow in this one. But anyway, let me get more around the plot. Basically, that happens, and so the president of the rebellion, played by Julianne Moore, she wants, and Plutarch Headmansby, played by the late Philip Seymour Hoffman, both of them want to have her be basically the rebellion's face. They call it the rebellion's Mockingjay, hence the name. In other words, the rebellion, it's basically like Uncle Sam's Hunger Games, basically. She's basically the Hunger Games' Uncle Sam. The rebellion's Uncle Sam. And they want, Julianne Moore, the president, she wants Katniss to be her poster girl, basically. So that way everybody knows that there's something to believe in for the rebellion. And PETA, played once again by Josh Hutcherson, he is in so much, you know, he's being tortured by the Capitol. Throughout the movie, you see him get skinnier and skinnier and skinnier, which is tremendous. And by the time, you know, Katniss and PETA finally get to see each other, which is at the very end, he's just in so much bad shape. He's like skinnier than me, I think. And actually, I probably shouldn't say this. I'm not gonna say it, but there was something I was thinking. I'm not gonna say it though. But you know, that happens, and they have to go and rescue him, and you know, Katniss goes to District 12. Now, District 12. At the end of at the end of the second movie, when Liam Hemsworth, when Gale says there is no 12, 12 was destroyed, it is freaking destroyed. Like, it is torn apart. You see people, you see bones, you see everything, you see crumbling things. But the one thing that survived was the cat. Who, Buttercup, I think that's what the cat's name was, who was only briefly mentioned in the first movie, but she has a bigger character, or he has a bigger character in the book, in the first book, I know. This one, I have not read I have not read the book for this, film, for two reasons. One, I didn't want to get, it's the last two films, so I didn't want to get spoiled by the story. And two, I lost my copy. Anyway, now I'm not gonna give too much of the plot away because it's such a great movie. I gotta go off and say, and I said this on the internet, on a website. It was Instagram. I said it on my Instagram. This is the best Hunger Games yet. It has everything to offer. it actually has its funny moments. Now I don't know if these were intentionally funny, but it was really funny. The whole theater, I remember the whole theater just erupted in laughter in a lot of these things. Like the cat is funny. Some of the nice little jokes in there. And like there's this one scene where Julianne Moore says, "And what if they kill you? And what if they kill you?" She says back to Katniss. Katniss says back to her, "We'll get it on camera," and that was funny too. And there was a lot of things, especially, and Woody Harrelson, I think, does the best performance. He gives probably his best performance yet in this series. So he's gone from a drunk in the first movie who was really hilarious there to a very almost a father figure to Katniss, which I love in this movie. He comforts her every time she's in turmoil and she's scared. And Liam Hemsworth is this is actually the one time I think he's got the most screen time out of all the films. Because the one thing was he's obviously I knew he was not gonna get a lot of screen time in this Hunger. For those people, a lot of people can't see. This is actually the poster for the first Hunger Games. He didn't get a lot of screen time in this one. However, in the second Hunger Games, he did. He got more screen time, but it was, it was just like little bits here and there. And then when you got to the Quarter Quill, I don't even think we saw him again. It's been a while since I've seen Catching Fire. But Peeta, it's kind of funny with this one. The roles were reversed. Peeta gets less screen time, but Gale gets more, which I find to be very interesting. And when we finally get to see Peeta, I don't know. I did mention this before, how he's like skinny but in turmoil, but the one thing I do love about this movie is that it's got the best rebellion. It's the rebellion stuff. It is awesome. Like you see peacekeepers get their ass kicked, and that is freaking amazing. Because all through these movies, you've seen peacekeepers in the first Hunger Games. You saw District 11 got beat up by peacekeepers. Hunger Games 2, you saw a peacekeeper whip the... I'm not gonna curse in this one, but you saw a peacekeeper whip the crap out of Gale. This one, they gotta taste their own medicine. Like, you literally, I don't know which district this is, but Katniss has a quote, and she says, if we burn, you burn with us. And another guy repeats that, and then blows, and these like mine workers blow the peacekeepers up, and it's awesome. It is awesome. I honestly say I'm my word, it is the best Hunger Games yet, and it's been the best movie I've seen all year. Well, yeah, best movie I've seen all year. And I mean, Francis Lawrence really gets the characters in this. And actually, I kind of wish, because I love the first Hunger Games, I really wish he directed the first Hunger Games, because Gary Ross did a great job. Don't get me wrong, he did a great job. But the worst thing, and I never said this in my review, probably because I didn't finish the book that way. At the time I had seen the film, but the worst thing in that film, the weakest thing in that film, was the relationship between Peeta and Katniss. Francis Lawrence fixed it up in Catching Fire. Still didn't really work. But this one, you get a different idea. You don't get that she's like really in love with him, but you get the idea that she cares for him enough that she is worried about him. And so that's why in that final scene, I'm trying to be very cryptic with it, but in that final scene, when you see him going like this, constantly, when you see him I'll just say he's in a hospital bed, that's all I'll say, but when you see him there, you're just like, man. I know I'm rambling on through this whole review, but I gotta say, I can't wait for Mockingjay Part 2. I am excited, and it's no longer a movie about games where people are killing people. It's no longer about a series where kids are killing kids, which was one of the things that really got me interested with the first. Not that I'm a sadistic bastard or anything like that, But, you know, I was 12, so, you know, now I'm 15. And I'm just like, I can't believe we have to wait a whole year for the next thing. I'm just so excited to see what happens next. And, I only know a couple things that are gonna happen because somebody spoiled it for me. But anyway, now, are there any things I didn't like? No. I mean, Jennifer Lawrence is great as usual. Josh Hutcherson is great even though there's he doesn't get as much screen time as I think he should have. Liam Hemsworth is good. Julianne Moore is fantastic. The one character I think I really do like that really didn't get as much screen time as I'd like to. She did get some. I don't know this actress's name, and I don't really know the character's name, but she plays the basic like the news journalist director, the director who films Katniss anytime she sees something. And this actress is awesome. This actress is great. But the last thing I want to touch on before I go is that Elizabeth Banks. I don't think I've even mentioned her in any of the reviews, in any of my Hunger Games reviews. She is a great as Effie Trinket. When I first saw the first Hunger Games, I thought she was one of the most ridiculous characters you could ever create. And I thought Elizabeth Banks couldn't even tell that was her. I didn't even know that was her until after the movie was on DVD. But this one film, she looks the funniest, and she acts the funniest, and this is great, and this is awesome, and fantastic performance, and she looks good too, you know, because she does have a wig and everything. I could have gone through this whole series. I could have gone a whole lifetime with the first two movies and didn't realize that she was bald. So yeah, it's fantastic, and so yeah, it's great. Now Jenna Malone only gets one scene. I believe she'll get more to do in Mockingjay Part 2. That little end at the end when they show in loving memory of Philip Seymour Hoffman, props to you guys, fantastic. So anyway, I'm going to give The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, you guessed it, a 10 out of 10. It's great, it's funny, it's badass, it's got all the things you're looking for in a movie, and you know, go see it. And also, I would like to thank Sajan Khan for helping me edit this review. That's why you see all these nice photos on the side, something I've been trying to do for years for my YouTube channel, never got around to doing it, and he offered to do this, and this was fantastic. You should check out his blog, sillycon.com. I'll have the link below. And that's about it for now. So anyway, this is Donnie Banerjee, Donnie Reviews, signing off. Go see Mockingjay Part 1.